Once a year we celebrate with stupid hats and plastic plates the fact that you were able to make another trip around the sun. And the whole clan gathers round and gifts and laughter do abound. And we let out a joyful sound and sing that stupid song. Happy birthday! Now you're 1 year older. Happy birthday! Your life still isn't over. Happy birthday! You did not accomplish much, but you didn't die this year, I guess that's good enough.
So let's drink to your fading health and hope you don't remind yourself your chance of finding fame and wealth decrease with every year. Does it feel like you're doing laps and eating food and taking naps and hoping that someday perhaps your life will hold some cheer? Happy birthday! What have you done that matters? Happy birthday! You're starting to get fatter. Happy birthday! It's downhill from now on. Try not to remind yourself your best years are all gone.
If cryogenics were all free, then you could live like Walt Disney and live for all eternity inside a block of ice. But instead your time is set, this is the only life you get. And though it hasn't ended yet, sometimes you wish it might. Happy birthday! You wish you had more money. Happy birthday! Your life's so sad it's funny. Happy birthday! How much more can you take? But your friends are hungry, so just cut the stupid cake. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Across the English Channel to the Western Front, the practically unhampered flow along the sea lanes which lead to Normandy. We already have ashore a fighting force many times more formidable than was Lord Gort's in the First Battle of France, the administrative task being equivalent to the movement of the entire population of two of our biggest cities. Added to this is the colossal tonnage of supplies to fill their fighting needs, their sustenance and welfare. Even Berlin comes out with the admission that Allied forces are steadily increasing, coming over the channel like products on a factory conveyor belt. But they omit to mention the willing help which comes freely from Normandy fishermen and villagers. There are friendly greetings along every kilometre of Allied advance. But that doesn't overlook the fact that snipers skillfully positioned in rooftops and church belfries are there in plenty. Quite a number have turned out to be the wives of German soldiers living in France. Place names mentioned in communiques come to life as we travel inland through the deserted streets of Saint-Mère-Église and the towns and villages of liberated France. Saint-Mère-Église fell to the Americans, their paratroops figuring prominently in the fighting. Road junction outside Suresnes and Saint-Honoré. Allied armour advancing for the tank battles on the outskirts of Caen. Others press forward in the Carentan direction and link up with the airborne forces in that area. Bayeux is already celebrating its release from German occupation. From a rostrum draped with flags, a French war correspondent speaks to the crowd, while fighting is taking place less than 2 miles away. First pictures of one of the Allied landing strips under construction. Bulldozers, scoops, angle dozers and rollers, plus the muscle power of Pioneer Corps and RAF servicing commandos, carving a surface for our frontline aircraft. One of those unruffled French farmers on the skyline. Almost overnight, his farmland has become an airfield. Now we're in the region where the British 6th Airborne Division made landings. Their gliders are draped over the countryside, just as the men left them when they touched down and went into action. Backing up the infantry, an American artillery unit brings its heavies to bear on the Germans. automatic cameras on Allied aircraft come more spectacular pictures of how they're strafing ground targets behind the German lines. The big explosions are ammunition supplies going up. Leftovers from battle. German wounded and prisoners are sorted out for transport out of France. Several Mongolians, ex-prisoners from the Russian front, are wearing German uniform. It seems that one little Nazi objects to getting his pants wet. He rolls them up and paddles out of the war with the rest of his traveling companions. The inclusion at this point of captured German newsreel pictures of Hitler's Atlantic Wall, pre-invasion, has a most useful purpose. Apart from the fact that we see Field Marshal Rommel making a round of inspection, it emphasizes the German swing over from the offensive to the defensive state of mind. Apprehensive of the growing might of the Allies in the West, they built their Atlantic Wall, a coastal Maginot Line. They who had sneered at the fortress-minded French themselves fell prey to an artificial sense of security behind a mass of concrete and steel. While Dr. Goebbels made frantic assertions as to its invincibility, we probed its secrets of defense and chose well the point at which to strike. Long-range guns housed in huge hangars were brought into the design. With these, it was planned to smash any invasion fleet before it set sail. We may in time discover the mangled remains of many guns like this and pass the credit for their destruction to the Allied air fleets. If only Rommel were here now to see this section of it. Demolished by drill and dynamite, the barrier to our progress inland is removed. Crossing the Channel in HMS Kelvin, the Prime Minister, General Smuts and Field Marshal Sir Alan Brooke visit the Normandy beaches. Kelvin's guns had already been in action when Mr. Churchill transferred to an amphibious craft for the journey to the shore. First to greet him is Monty. Mr. Churchill is out to inhale the smell of battle. The fighting blood of the Marlboroughs is roused. Come hell or high water, he's going to see things for himself. This is a picture which will go back to South Africa. It doesn't include General Smuts because he's the photographer. And this is what Mr. Churchill went for. His presence among the troops was electrifying. What better quotation than this for the motive behind the Prime Minister's visit? There is no sacrifice of health or comfort that he will not make in the service of Britain.